Hello there everybody, welcome back to the channel for a collection update. So as you might have seen, I didn't do a collection update for January. That was because Star Wars books for me have been a lot harder to come by. I've been hitting a dry spell in my area. I haven't found too much that I don't have. I do have a very close to complete collection, so I'm a bit more selective with what I'm buying right now, and just frankly haven't seen anything to buy in good condition or that I don't have. So I decided, now that I did this Blu-ray collection video, which you can watch on the channel, it was my 1,000 subscriber special. Again, thank you all to everybody who has subscribed for all sorts of videos here on the channel. And I want to keep pumping out at least a couple videos every single week here so that you guys can continue to help this channel grow and enjoy the content that's on Legends of Lore, as well as Star Wars Lads. But my pickups for Star Wars books have slowed down, so I want to keep this series going once a month. I've decided that in this episode, and for the rest of the episodes of this series every month, I will be including everything I pick up. So it will be Star Wars books, it will be Blu-rays, as you've seen my collection, it will be video games, it could be collected editions from Marvel or DC, it could be cards, it could be toys, it could be anything I buy. This will be my video series where I get to share it all with you. I'm a huge collector. It's one of my favorite things to do is collect and go to thrift stores or used bookstores or flea markets and find things and help build my collection from a cheaper model into something that really is vast and I could be proud of. So I'm excited to share all of that stuff with you, not just the Star Wars books, but I will still be including Star Wars books. And we're going to start off with Star Wars books. One that I picked up actually in January, but it was the only thing I picked up in January, so I didn't do a video for it, was Join the Resistance. I'm not even sure which number book this is. This is the hardcover. I think there are 3 of these, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure when I'll get to this series. I have heard Adventures Through Wild Space, or Adventures in Wild Space, I think it is, and Servants of the Empire are a lot better. I have not read either of those junior novel series from canon. And frankly, the junior novel series in canon have not been that acclaimed outside of High Republic. So it might be a forever until I get to this, but I have added my first one to the collection. A Goodwill pickup, finally, I never find anything at Goodwill, was Jedi Apprentice, The Threat Within. This is book 18. I believe now I'm only missing about 3 or 4 Jedi Apprentice books, so it was really nice to add this to the collection. I think it was 99 cents, so always nice to find a good pickup like this at a store that doesn't charge very much. At Book Off, I got a clearance copy of The Mandalorian junior novel. This is seasons 1 and 2. Again, not sure if I'll ever read this. Of course, I already know the story of The Mandalorian, seen it many times, season 1 and 2. So this is not high on my read priority list, but nice to have in the collection. And then on Amazon, I don't usually like to buy books from Amazon, but they were having a big sale on Crimson Climb for some reason. It was like 75% off. I think it was about $5. So a brand new copy for $5 I couldn't pass up. This was a good book. I did read it via audio copy for review, and you can check out my review on Star Wars Lads, but I liked it. I didn't love it, but it's good enough to have in the collection, and it's one of the few books in canon that I don't have yet, so added it to the collection for a good price. So we're moving outside of Star Wars books for the first time ever in these collection updates. I'm going to start with a VHS copy of Rope with Jimmy Stewart starring, directed by Alfred Hitchcock. In general, a lot of people, myself included, collect horror VHSs, horror thriller VHSs, or just anything that has some cool cover art. Most thrift stores charge $1 or less for VHSs, so it's an inexpensive collection that you can build out and is really cool, and some are very valuable. I don't think Rope has any real value, but I thought it was a neat cover. It's a great movie, so I had to add it to the collection. Some Disney fans or VHS fans might know this infamous cover of The Little Mermaid in the shell case. This was, I believe, discontinued because some people claim there's some crude imagery on the castle. You might have heard of this or not. I've always heard about this, and this is the first one I've ever seen in person at a thrift store. 99 cents, thought I'd pick it up. Next are Blu-rays, and I picked up a couple Blu-rays this month, all of which were in the realm of anime. Recently, I just binge watched Steins Gate and absolutely loved it. It's now one of my favorite animated shows ever. One of my favorite shows in general, just incredible characters. And I wanted to see the film, and I picked up the Steins Gate movie. This is a long title, so I'm going to read it off here. Steins Gate the movie, Load Region of Deja Vu. If you have not seen Steins Gate, I highly, highly recommend it. It is incredible. My Steins Gate Blu-ray hadn't arrived yet when I did the Blu-ray collection, but this one was in there, even though I did just buy it. This is a steelbook copy of Perfect Blue. Perfect Blue is one of the greatest animated movies ever. It's one of my favorite anime movies. In general, this movie is fantastic. If you have not seen Perfect Blue, and the steelbook is still available and you're interested in collecting it, it's a very pretty steelbook. Highly recommend you pick it up. This is an incredible movie. I think you'll be blown away, especially if you've not seen too much anime and you're not expecting how dark this thing is. So next are video games, and video games actually were probably the biggest pickups of the month, or at least my biggest pile. Nothing too crazy, but I do have quite a few cool things. Starting with, I went to a lot of GameStops this month. You know, there's been an influx in retro gaming at GameStops. They're selling them for a little bit cheaper prices if you can find them at GameStop than most retro game stores. So I've been going around looking for retro games, but GameStop's been having a lot of things go on sale, especially from the previous generation, PS4, Xbox One. So I picked up a game called Slay the Spire that I never played. I've always heard amazing things about. It's a card game. I don't really know other than that what else it's about. I just remember it getting incredible reviews. It was $5. Added it to the collection. Really excited to play this, actually. This next game was way on sale. Didn't get great reviews, honestly, pretty mixed reviews, but thought it might be fun to pick up to play with friends for $3. I got Back for Blood. This is the PS4 copy. I'm sure the PS5 and the Xbox Series X copies are more expensive, but why spend that money on a better copy when the game is not that well reviewed? A game that was dramatically on sale from $20 to $5 was Neo: The World Ends with You. This is a remastered edition, or kind of a, I don't know if it's a full remake or not. Originally this game was on the DS, so I'm excited to play it. Never played it on the DS. I love JRPGs. Looking forward to this. One that I never picked up in this game is a dime a dozen. You can find it anywhere, but it was at GameStop for $6.99, and it's Final Fantasy 15. This one got mixed reviews as well. I think mixed positive. Most people I talked to did enjoy the game. I like Final Fantasy. There have been a handful that I've loved. So looking forward to playing Final Fantasy 15. And the one that I just threw in, because why not, was The Division. It was only $2, so I thought I'd add it. I've never really heard anybody talk positively about this game. I know the second one is supposedly a lot better, but for $2, I figured, hey, can't go wrong. My last GameStop pickup, and I guess the only one you could say is a retro game, it's really not that old, or makes me feel old, is a Wii game, is Donkey Kong Barrel Blast. This is not a great game, but Nintendo games in general become collectible after a while. $17. Figured might as well. It's complete in box as well with the manual, so it is about the price you would pay on eBay, maybe a little less. Next was a thrift store pickup that I got, and it was Final Fantasy VII Dirge of Cerberus. I really know nothing about this game. I just know that for the $3 I paid for it, it was going for a lot more on the internet. Final Fantasy VII is probably my favorite Final Fantasy game. So I'm looking forward to playing this spin-off, especially now with Rebirth out, getting back into Final Fantasy. A couple more pickups for you. I have WarioWare Smooth Moves for Wii. Always heard great things about this one. I loved the WarioWare games on DS. Never played the Wii one, but I imagine the Wii one with the motion controls will be pretty fun in the gimmicks that they have for these mini games, so I'm looking forward to playing this with some friends. And finally, the game I'm most excited about adding, not just because it's for my favorite video game console, my first video game console, but it's a game I've been wanting for a long time. I mentioned many times on this channel and Star Wars Lads that one of my favorite things I did last year was binge watch the entire Godzilla series before -1 came out, and it made me really want some Godzilla video games. And Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee is often considered the greatest Godzilla game of all time. It's a lot of fun. I've been playing it a lot. Complete in box. Had to get it online. Paid a relatively steep price, but actually got a decent deal relative to what this game usually goes for. But I've had a lot of fun playing this. GameCube was my first video game system ever outside of the handheld for Game Boy Advance. So I love collecting for GameCube. Unfortunately, right now, prices are ridiculous for GameCube games because everybody my generation is collecting now. Nostalgia is jacking up the prices. Hopefully one day they'll go down a bit, but really excited always to add a new GameCube game to my collection. And that's going to wrap it up for this month's collection update. That's for February. Thank you so much for watching. Again, stay tuned for March. I will have everything I buy in any of my collections available for that video. I'm excited to start to share the variety of my collections that things I've collected over the course of my entire life. So very excited to share a lot of that here on this channel. Make sure you like the video, helps me out so much. Subscribe to the channel again for more. I really appreciate all of your subscriptions. 1,000 subs is a big number for this channel, and I can't wait to get it even higher. Let's get it to 2,000, 3,000. Let's keep going. Make this channel bigger and better than it ever has been. Comment below, let me know your favorite things that I picked up, or maybe some of the stuff you've picked up in the variety of your collections. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you all next time.